Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ball Not Court Podcast, host Cortez Paul, along with my co-host Paul Mack. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, I'd like to welcome you to the NBA Finals. I want to congratulate the other 14 teams who went through this tourney who made formidable opponents, but now there are only 2 teams remaining from their respective conferences. This is a matchup from the best of the East versus the best from the West, which means whoever gets to 4 victories first out of 7 attempts will be declared champion of the world. So let's get to the opponents. In the left corner, wearing the royal blue and silver trunks, this team is sporting a 62-win and 37 losses record, regular season and postseason combined. This team is led by Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. They are all in from Texas, your Dallas Mavericks. And in the right corner, wearing the green and white trunks, sporting a 76-win and 20 losses record, regular season and postseason combined. This team is led by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. It is different here, residing in B-Town, your Boston Celtics. NBA family, the time is now. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's go. Welcome to the Ball Not Court Podcast. Cortez Paul is here. Mr. Paul Mack, the usual guy, is here. The co-host, Mr. Paul Mack. How you doing today, sir?
Not bad, pal. So I'm on an episode of the Brady Bunch right now.
I'm telling you, man. It's all good, man. Well, glad to have you. Mr. Kevin Carter, how you doing this evening, sir?
I am doing excellent.
Good to have you, sir. Good to have you. Mr. C.L. Anthony, the main man of the Hardwood Nation.
Doing great.
How's it going? Meanwhile, in the middle of recording the show, just started and got technical difficulties, but it's all good. Yeah. CL get it figured out. He's the guru to figure this stuff out, so I ain't worried about it. CJ Hill, good evening, sir. How's it going, sir?
Pretty good.
Good deal. I see the new setup is in. It's already in effect.
Yeah. I'm professional now. You know, my rookie contract up. You know what I'm saying? I got the max deal, so I can.
Dog, it is so bright in your thing. You look like you want to have one of them white girl selfie lights in front of you. That's how bright it is.
I'm trying to dim it, but hey, it ain't working for me.
Yeah.
So it's all good. We'll figure it out. But guys, welcome NBA Finals Podcast. So
I wouldn't brag about a max contract. They gave Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert one of those.
Oh God.
Hey, I would take the money to suck too, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, hey, NBA Finals is coming on Thursday. You have the Boston Celtics and you have the Dallas Mavericks. Should be a fun little series that we get into. So I want to get into it right now, man, and I want to start with CL because I want to see, man, what's some of your storylines, or at least give me one storyline that you got of this series to start.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
This is going to be the Kyrie Irving revenge tour for all the hell that Kyrie has gotten the last 2 to 3 years. So that's going to be my main storyline of it.
Okay. Kevin, what's your storyline for this series?
It's kind of similar to BL's. This is Kyrie's time to shine. All them people in Boston hate him because he half-assed it in Boston. Apparently, they just don't like him. This is his time to go. And also another storyline. This is the time where Luka makes it that he is the face of the new NBA.
Gotcha. CJ, what's the storyline for you this series?
I'm gonna go with the Boston. Well, not Boston. I'm gonna go with Dallas, having the bigs the young bigs, Lively and Gafford. I think, the series is going to go how they go. If they perform good for Dallas, then Dallas will win it all.
Okay. Mr. Mack, storyline for you this series?
I feel like you have to go with Boston, right? I mean, this is 4 years in a row to the Eastern Conference Finals, twice in the last 4 years to the NBA Finals. They put a squad together to potentially, they were the favorite when the season started, and they're here now. They've blown through the competition all year. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they have all the tools to win an NBA Finals, but can they get over that hump finally? Or is it just another, we got close? You can only have so many we got close seasons before you have to do something. And, it'll be interesting to see from that perspective. I mean, Dallas is playing with house money. I don't even think they expected to be here. I mean, they made some huge trades halfway through the season to get here. And, they're clicking at the right time, which, as we know, is always good for a team to win a championship. But if you're Boston, you gotta win it this year. Otherwise, something's going to change up there somewhere.
Gotcha. Storyline for me is the two teams that are playing each other is going to be they feature former players for each other. So as you mentioned, Kyrie Irving used to play for the Celtics. Kristaps Porzingis used to play for Dallas. And so there was kind of a disconnect between those two. Not really a disconnect, but just a certain fit or a certain way that their tenure happened there. So now that they're facing each other versus their old teams, how are the fans and the crowd's going to react to them coming back to that team? Now seeing that he is in opposition and they was trying to use this certain type of player to get what they need to be, now they flip-flop and they're here. So I'm interested to see how the fans are going to react to both of Kristaps Porzingis, which he's pretty much clear to play. We'll talk about that earlier. And then we'll talk about that coming up soon. And then also just Kyrie Irving. As y'all mentioned, y'all covered very well about that. I'm not going to go in detail about that, but how fan base is going to react to both of these players return to their opposition court and everything like that. So I'm very excited.
I can tell you that right off the bat. Dallas fans aren't going to care that Kristaps is coming back. When he gets up to Boston, Kyrie's going to be called every word in the book.
100%.
That's exactly how it's going to go. Dallas not going to care. Boston, they're going to call Kyrie everything in the book.
Okay, gotcha. Be interesting to see if it does go that way. So I'm just wondering, but hey, that like y'all said before, Dallas is playing with house money. They beat some good teams to get here. So
very good teams to get here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Mack. The Boston Celtics. Luka Doncic coming into your building. What is the game plan for Luka Doncic? We know it's hard to start this guy, but what's some of the things that we should be looking for Boston to try to really slow down Mr. Luka Doncic, Luka Magic?
I don't know if at this point there's really slowing Luka down. I mean, obviously Dallas is going to try to put him in pick and roll to get the matchups. Having Porzingis back would help a little bit there, just because he's a little bit longer than like an Al Horford, because Luka would just cook Al Horford all day on a pick and roll. That's not what you want. So you're gonna have to try to throw Tatum and Jaylen Brown at him, just get him uncomfortable. And obviously, like with most of these guys, unlike the Minnesota series, I mean, Luka was just playing free safety on defense. He wasn't guarding anybody. He was just roaming back there in the paint, grabbing rebounds, starting the fast break. He's going to have to guard someone on Boston. He's going to have to guard Tatum. He's going to have to guard Brown, Derek White. Someone's going to have to go at him to make him work defensively. Try to get him out of a rhythm. But if you're Boston, you have to assume these games are going to be close. They want to keep them close. My favorite stat I threw out last week was clutch time. Boston is the best team in the postseason in clutch time. Last 5 minutes, score within 5. They're 12-2. Dallas is 12-5. So both of these teams know how to close games. Both of these teams have the players to close games. It's, Luka's going to get his. You just can't let somebody else get theirs. I think that's going to be the thing for Boston.
Yeah, Luka is averaging 28 points per game. He's got 9 rebounds a game and 8 assists per game. So this guy's really having a fantastic postseason. Kev, talk to me about Luka and what you've seen from Luka this postseason, and what do you think he should do to really try to attack Boston's defense?
Do you realize that Luka is like second in points per game in the NBA playoffs in the history of the NBA? He's second.
Wow.
He's behind Mike. He's behind Jordan. Like he's second. But the good thing for Boston is you've got 2 all NBA defenders you're going to be able to throw at him and Kyrie. You got Holiday, and then you got White. You're going to be able to throw both of those guys at them to where they're going to annoy the piss out of them all game long. The thing is, are you going to be able to keep up and annoy the piss out of them all day long? That's the key. Luka's going to get his. Luka is just too good of a ball player right now. He's playing ridiculous. And Kyrie, a lot, because these guys' success are all based off of what each other can do. Mm-hmm. And Luka, the way that Kyrie is playing right now, Kyrie is playing some of the best ball he's played since he was in Cleveland when they went to those finals. So yeah, it's Luka's going to get his. It's just the key, like Paul said. It's the key is stopping the rest of the guys, trying to limit the amount that Kyrie is going to get, and all the rest of those guys are going to get. What Boston has done really well is defended the corner 3, and as we saw, this is going to be a weird night because I did research. So what they've done well is defended the corner 3, and what we saw a few series for Dallas is they're going and drilling corner 3s. They're getting their guys out there and they're getting hot and they're making those 3s. So Boston, it's going to be a chess match between these guys to see where it goes. Boston's got a really good defense. So does Dallas. Since the trade deadline, both of these teams have been top 5 in both defensive and offensive efficiency. So it's going to be a fun matchup.
Gotcha. Good analysis there, Kev.
Research.
Hey, I thought you were gonna hit me with the take that for data.
Yeah, no. I was going to hit you with the well, actually. That's the worst one we can get is well, actually.
Hey, I appreciate that. So, CJ, Luka leads the playoffs in both assists on 3-pointers with 50, and then also assists on dunks with 49. Your thoughts about his passing ability and how much he needs to really key on that in this Boston series?
I think you just need to call 1-4 flat, man. High ball pick and rolls up top, spread the court out, just like they did to Minnesota this past round. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Spread the court as much as they can and let Luka just navigate in the middle. In the middle. I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough for Boston. That Luka's a handful. You know what I mean? And can Brown and Tatum keep it together for a 7-game series?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they really don't have the bigs to defend the pick and roll.
Yeah.
If Horford steps up, there goes a lob. If he drops back, Luka's taking the 3. You know what I mean? Or if Horford steps up, or KP steps up, and now he's finding somebody in the corners. DJJ shooting 3s, PJ Washington corner 3s. So.
And that's why I say it's important. And that's why I say it's important, as Paul mentioned, about how Luka just pretty much just shadowed Jalen McDaniels last series. That's easy. That's a cop-out. You sit there and he goes to the 3-point line. And Jalen McDaniels has had a fantastic postseason. Let's just keep it a buck. He has been very fantastic for the Minnesota Timberwolves in the postseason. So, but all you're doing is keep sending him to the corner to spread the floor. Luka's just sitting there resting while he can go back and do all his energy on offense. You would hope Boston would use Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown more in a motion to get him moving around and get Luka tired a little bit. So
they will.
And that's what they should do, Kev. That's what I'm saying, because they didn't do that.
Well, they will, because Boston's one of the most 3-point shooting team in the league. they've shot the most 3-pointers in the league. That's their MO. And a lot of it depends on with Kristaps coming back. He's a huge key for them coming back, because what he'll do is he'll bring Lively or Garland, whoever's playing center for him. He'll bring them, and they'll have to use them in the pick and rolls, and they're going to shoot a lot of 3-pointers. We're going to see a shit ton of them this series.
At least 40, 45 a game.
Oh shit! I'm looking at this 60 level. Them boys are just going to be chunking.
It'd be like the All-Star game.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. The only good thing is that since the All-Star break, Dallas has gotten depth now. They when they made those trades and stuff, they got a lot of depth to where they can roll out bigs and roll out guys that now have become mainstays in their lineup that they can still use. And since the trade deadline, kid figure something out, put in your best defender, and let's start the game with him and see what he can do. So you're going to have their best defender, Junior, is going to be guarding whoever they're like, go get him. So Dallas is definitely a completely different team than we saw at the beginning of this season up until now, especially after the trade deadline.
Nah, for sure. Let's talk about Kyrie, man, because Kyrie is really, as y'all mentioned, being the podcast, kind of had this, I won't say reinvention of himself, but he's been looking at a different limelight. So, Paul, talk about Kyrie Irving and his importance to the Mavs' success this year, and what you like, what you see from Kyrie, and what you like what you see from this guy.
I mean, I think you've seen for the first time, I think he's embraced his role as the vet. Him working with Luka, I think he's one of those things where he was okay with not having to be the guy. He knows it's Luka's team. He knows Luka's the future of that team, and he just did all the right things. I mean, maybe having Jason Kidd as your head coach helps that. You have a guy who played his position at a very high level for a very long time. And it takes a lot for a guy to kind of swallow that, and be like, hey, look, this is our guy. You're going to come in. You're going to play your role. He's going to be our main ball handler most of the time, but you're still going to get the ball and make plays. But it's making the most of opportunities. I mean, the last few years for Kyrie with Boston and Brooklyn, weren't great, and a lot of that sometimes is the environment you're in. And it just shows kind of the culture that they've built in Dallas. And I think, you have to give Kyrie a lot of kudos for just sucking it up and being like, all right, fine. I've been around, I've won a championship. I see a lot of potential in these guys, and I want to get them there the same way that, he got there in Cleveland. And, it's really great to see, because he makes Luka's job a lot easier, and Luka makes his job a lot easier. He doesn't have to be a high volume guy. He can kind of pick his spots, attack when he wants. He's scoring at a high clip. Not a lot of turnovers. And it just makes the game slow down for everybody when you have two guys like that. You essentially have two point guards that can also score, and one of them or both of them are on the court the whole game. So, for me, Kyrie has just been a class act this season. I know there was a lot going on there. They were talking about will him and Luka work out, and sometimes you gotta look yourself in the mirror and be like, all right, look, this guy's the future. This is his team. We're gonna make the most of it, and we're gonna play the way we have to play, and we're gonna do what we have to do, and we're gonna swallow our pride and our egos and all that stuff and make it happen.
Gotcha. CJ, your thoughts on Kyrie Irving and the different kind of reaction and tone that is looked towards Kyrie nowadays?
I think, like Paul said, he's embraced the vet role. You know what I mean? Like, for so long he was the guy. You know what I mean? Or he wanted to be the guy, when all along he should have just been 1B instead of trying to be 1A. But you can't fault him. He was young, trying to find his way in the league. But that's a tough duo, man. When one can sit back and let the other one take over, and then switch it up when it calls time to switch it. You really can't go wrong with that. You know what I mean? I think coming back to Boston and probably winning it in Boston is just bringing everything full circle for him. So I think we have a good series, man. You can't let the Boston crowd get to him or like that. Once he gets up there and just the negative vibe and the negative energy, you can't let it really get to him. If he can block that out, I think everything will be all right.
Gotcha. Kev, talk about Kyrie and his relationship with Kobe Bryant, and I'm pretty sure a big loss of someone like that can affect people, and it seemed like it really got to Kyrie. But talk about his relationship with Kobe and what it means to see where he's at right now amidst all the noise that he had coming his way the last few years.
Well, the biggest thing with him right now is he's calmed down. Like, you don't hear as much from him. You don't hear him out in the public as much as we did. He's become more in himself than he has outside of himself. Like, we know in Cleveland, he wanted that. Look, I want to be the guy. I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to be this. I want to be that. So he wanted to go somewhere else, and then it didn't work out there. And then he wanted to go somewhere else, and he didn't work out there. What Kyrie has done is he's now embraced, wait for it, his inner Robin. He's embraced being the Robin now. He's the Robin. You got you're not Batman and Luca. And the good part is they have a whole bunch of Alfreds on the team. So now he's being able to help mentor some of these guys along. Being a little bit of the vet makes him kind of an Alfred. But he's still the second best player on that team. And when you lose somebody you were close to, like Kobe and stuff like that, it does affect you. And you see certain players and stuff were really, really affected by when Kobe passed away. And Kyrie took it really hard, as did like many of us. But now you have seen, how Kobe was towards the end of his career, where he was just out there having fun. He was more interactive with the guys around him. He was more gracious to give his time to the young guys and stuff like that. That's what Kyrie is reminding me of right now. He's slowly building that thing to where now he's being a little bit more gracious, giving guys more of his time. So he's turning into that old grizzled vet, but yet he has adapted that thing that, okay, this is Luka's team. It's time for me to be the Robin and not be that dominant guy that I need to be. But he can turn it on whenever he wants to as well.
That's been the beauty of watching them play in the playoffs, because there are certain games where you saw, Kyrie just took off and went for the first three quarters and scoring and everything like that. And then once he just kind of went cold, Luka went ahead and took over. So they're having this kind of great balance and how to really work with one another.
Yin yang.
Yeah, and you just see it just takes time, man. It just really takes time with that kind of chemistry. So
like last year, just look at last year with them. Last year it was like I liken it to when Miami had the big three. It's your turn. No, it's your turn. No, it's your turn. No, it's your turn. They kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now it's like, okay, dude, it's not my turn. You go. If you're struggling, then it becomes my turn, and then I'll go. So they have a perfect balance. They're yin and yang in it right now.
Definitely. See, we just kind of breaking down, going about Kyrie resurgence and the pretty much the outlook of what has changed the past few years of Kyrie. So talk about this journey that he's on, and I know you're gonna be on your soapbox. So I'm excited to hear you go off your horse on this one. So
yes, I don't even know where to start. I just want chaos, and I know we're gonna have chaos leading up to the finals. with the media coverage of Kyrie, and we know what people are going to talk about, and we know what people are not going to talk about. But we can talk about it here today. See, I see my man nodding. He kind of know where I'm going with this, okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
as I said earlier, before all my Apple products failed, I will be selling stock tomorrow. Let me just do that. Let me just do that. All right. Fuck you. All right. Here we go. Let's break it down a little bit. These guys, let's see. Paul, CJ, y'all don't know me. Cortez, Paul, y'all know me for a long time. Cortez, you know specifically, I used to be a Hebrew Israelite.
Yep.
So you remember the bullshit and the bullets that Kyrie caught, what was it, last season or the season before that?
Season before that.
Unfairly, by the way, right? But people scared to talk about that. I'm not. I addressed it on my podcast. We had a good conversation about it, how it was bullshit, how Kyrie was attacked. Okay, so even before that, you got this situation here, right? Where the man was pretty much vilified. It was a personal decision for anyone which way you wanted to go. Either way you wanted to go, it was a personal decision for anyone, and no one, either way, should have been vilified like Kyrie Irving was vilified, right?
Facts. Yeah.
But I guarantee you, those bullshit ass, fake ass, dried ass, tired ass sports reporters are not going to be on the Kyrie Irving revenge tour.
Oh, no.
So, Stephen A. Smith,
No.
Uncle Shay Shay should be called. Hold on. Uncle Shay Shay should be called.
You got it, bro. Got it.
No, that's it. Let me fit. Yeah. Look, I got my shit working now, so I got to go. Sorry, got my shit working now, all right?
Let him cook, bro. Let him cook.
Yeah, let me cook.
Let him
So
cook.
again, Stephen A. Smith.
He's finally got the oven turned on. Let that man cook.
There we go. The goose cooking right now, all right? Auntie Shay Shay. Bullshit ass, fake ass, light skinned ass Chris Bouchard.
Preach.
Let me see. Who else? I can think of some more right now.
Preach.
None of them are going to address the elephant in the fucking room. And they're not. Kyrie is going to go out there. Kyrie is going to light the Celtics on fire. And no one's going to be able to stop him. And I can't wait. I don't care about fucking stats. I don't care. I don't care what Boston did at the end of games. I don't care. They beat an injured Heat team. They beat an injured Cavaliers team. They beat an injured Pacers team.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. I'm just speaking facts. Yeah, it's a cakewalk, right? They haven't been pushed yet in this playoffs. Again, it's not their fault. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to hand it off. If Boston walks into this playoff series like the Minnesota Timberwolves walked into the playoff series with Dallas, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get real ugly.
Yeah.
So now I'm done for right now. Let the other people talk. I'm done.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna get you on this here too, because we had spoke off the air about the Boston walk here, and like you said, you just play what's in front of you. So, add to CL's point about their journey getting here.
What journey? Their journey. Here, this is what I'm going to liken the Boston Celtics journey to. All of us are a little older. Some of us a little older than others. When you played Super Mario Brothers, there was these
Why'd you
things
say it
called,
like that?
There was these things called warp zones. You went through them and you got through the game in like 5 minutes, where you only got tested in a couple of levels. This is exactly what the Boston Celtics are going through right now. They have warp zoned their asses all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, only getting pushed in a couple of levels.
Shit, a couple levels? What level did they get pushed in? I'm sorry.
No, they only got pushed in a couple of game twos. That was the only time they got whooped.
Look, I'll say this, and we can talk about this later. Jaylen Brown saved the Celtics season in game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. He saved their fucking season. Okay? Because the Pacers could have easily, before Halliburton went down, the Pacers could have easily been up 2-1 in that series with home court advantage. But again, the TV pundits don't want to talk about that because they're too busy sucking Jason Tatum's dick. Jaylen Brown's the one that saved their fucking season. Okay.
Ooh. You don't want to go to the left on that one.
I'm just saying, he invited me on. You knew what I was going to get. You knew what you were going to get.
Oh yeah. No, that's why. Hey, listen. That's why I want you on here, man. Because you bring the heat, bro. You bring the
Jason Tatum.
It's always,
Jason Tatum just warped out of here.
Hey, speaking of, let me
Yes, someone hit the fucking button. Oh yes, that's amazing. There you
that's
go.
Paul did that. That was
There
classic.
you
Good job,
go.
So Paul, let me get your 2 cents on this because now let's go into Jason Tatum. Like we talk about, he's pretty much an NBA player. He made. So what does Dallas need to do with Jason Tatum?
I mean, Jason Tatum is Jason Tatum. Like he has moments in games where he just disconnects sometimes. Like he'll be super aggressive, and then there's times where he's just chucking threes at the 3-point line. Let Tatum be Jason Tatum. I mean, at this point, the hot guys on that team you got to worry about that are streaky are your Derek Whites and the way Jaylen Brown's playing right now. I mean, Jason Tatum is going to make plays. He's going to get rebounds. He's going to start the break a lot of times, but there was a lot of times in all these series leading up where he just comes off as disinterested sometimes. And for an all NBA guy, that's just a weird thing to see because you don't see Luka doing that. You don't see Kyrie doing that. And then Tatum comes in later on when the game, they get out to a big lead, takes the foot off the gas, the lead cuts down a little bit, and then he wants to show up in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And try to be the hero, But
right.
Jason Tatum,
I like you, Paul.
Jaylen Brown is showing that he's the real closer on that team right now. He's the guy with the killer instinct that wants the ball at the end of the game to make the play. So, let Tatum be Tatum. I just really think that Jaylen Brown is who you got to worry about, mostly because of the matchup he'll probably get. But you still got to worry about someone like a Derek White because Derek White can get hot. He didn't have the best series. He didn't have the best series against the
his
Pacers.
hairline is horrible.
Well, he's bald now. It's non-existent
Thank God
now.
he admitted to shave it off. Now he looks like one of them. Never mind.
But as a guy who is notorious in my friends groups for picking Jason Tatum under his PRA most of the time, it's still to me the play every night because you don't know what version of him you're going to get. He's either going to come out in the first half and drop 30, or he's going to score 20, 25 and then get, some rebounds and some assists and the game's going to be close and it's going to be one of those like, oh, Boston pulled it out. And then everybody's saying how Boston just doesn't seem like they're playing or they're playing with their food and all this stuff. Like he needs to have that killer mindset where we're going to come out, we're going to beat teams by 30 and we're going to be happy beating teams by 30, but he don't got that.
He don't have it.
Yeah. That's the thing with Jason Tatum. He shot 20 for 60 from pull-up 2-pointers, which is the worst mark among 21 players who at least 10 to 25 attempts. Jason Tatum, we know he got all the talent in the world, but sometimes his shot selection is a little bit questionable.
Does he though? Does he have all the talent in the world? I'm sorry.
I mean, I like to believe he does. He's definitely got some talent, but he's just not playing at the part as he should be.
He's never been a two-way player. He's never got a post game.
Yeah. CJ, tap in with me. Tell me about Jason Tatum and what he needs to do against the Celtics. Like I said, there's, as CL said, the picture is pretty much painting about like his perception versus where we have perception. Like literally, because a lot of us, I know I interact with all you guys on Twitter and messaging stuff like that. We talked about like, man, Boston is these games should not be this close from a team that dominated the regular season to the postseason. Now they get into the postseason, and these games are close they need to be. And I know I hear about Kristaps Porzingis was injured, but all these other players that CL just named that was injured too. I know he plays in front of you, but like you should be dominating these teams. But CJ, talk to me, man. I know CL's ready to go, but talk to me, CJ.
Come on, CJ, come on.
I think he just got to play hard from the beginning, man. It's kind of like everybody on the other team's hurt. You know in the back of your mind, like, look, I can go 85% and get away with it. I think that's the thing. Or tonight, all right, I'm gonna go 75. I'll go 65. I'll go 90 tonight. I think he has to just, from the very first game, 100% from all 48 minutes or however many minutes he plays, he just needs to show up and play. If not, they're going home. Just like the Minnesota series, how they kind of came in and were all lethargic and just and they got smacked up. and next thing you know, they're down. It's 3-0. You're down. Mm-hmm. Series is over. So I feel like if JT don't come out and show who he really is, like the true number one, it's gonna be over pretty quick.
Everyone's a tough guy. Everyone's a tough guy till you punch him in the mouth.
Yeah,
so you're gonna see how the Celtics react when Dallas comes out.
Slapped up in game one. It might be 4-0 real quick.
Here, before CL goes, this is what Jason Tatum needs to do, and I'm probably going to quote CL. Stop playing like a bitch. Play
Evan, I love you,
like
brother.
Play like you goddamn Batman the whole entire game instead of pretending that you're Batgirl during freaking all the rest of the game until the fourth quarter. Grow some cojones and play. Stop relying on Jaylen Brown to do all your shit for you, and then you coming through at the end and you get all the moments because, look how many points he scored in the fourth quarter. Yeah, but you didn't get them there. Everybody else was getting you there, and then you just wanted to be there with the finish. Do what the greats do. Do the whole damn thing.
He's had the same issue since the dude. Coach K told him at halftime of one game, stop playing like the soft, light-skinned kid from St. Louis.
There you go, Coach K.
And then JT said like the switch flipped, and he came out and he was a killer in the second half. So he's always had this, like,
just nonchalant attitude.
Yeah,
he's nonchalant. But when you got a guy on the other side of the ball who's not nonchalant about it, who's going face to face with you, you better have the cojones for all the game because that other dude over there is going to have the cojones to do it all game long.
Yeah, 77 coming for blood.
Okay, Anthony Edwards was a perfect example. He just stopped. Everything he done against Denver, he didn't do. He just completely stopped doing it. For whatever reason, no one knows, but he just folded. They figured we got past Denver, we're going to get past everybody. No, you can't come in with that attitude. You can't come in with that attitude. And if Jason Tatum and them guys come in with that attitude, 77 is going to smoke you.
CL, chime in, bro. CJ, chime in. Or not CJ, CL.
Jason Tatum has this thing called, I'm going to rub some people the wrong way.
The light skin effect.
Pretty privilege. Okay.
Oh, damn.
So he has I'm going there. I'm going there now, okay? So he has that pretty privilege on his side. He has all the endorsements and all the commercials and shit. But as a two-way player, he's not even the best player on his fucking team. Now, Jaylen Brown is getting paid more than him now, so I appreciate that. But he's not the best player on his team. The NBA wants so bad to have this guy be the face of the league, and he fails every time. Every time he fails. I don't care how many times Boston's went to the conference finals because they lost damn near every time they've been there with this current team that they have right now. Okay, but no one says that, right? No one criticizes Jason Tatum. Oh, it's Jaylen Brown's fault. He can't go left. Oh, it's the coach's fault because he's a fucking idiot, which he is. Let me say that. Okay, but again, no one puts all the blame on Jason Tatum. And when they did, my wrist was hurt in the NBA Finals. I couldn't shoot. Fuck you.
Are you a Boston fan, CL?
Absolutely not. Miami Heat all the motherfucking way.
Time out. Here. I do a quote for a lot of teams. Fuck Boston.
But I will say this though. I will say this. I'm not going against Boston because I can't stand Boston or their fake ass fans. I'm going against Boston because I don't see from a basketball standpoint how they can match up with Dallas. Because that midseason trade that Dallas made to bring PJ Washington, who slimped up, and Gafford in from Washington saved Dallas's season and actually made them deeper than Boston. But no one's going to tell you that Dallas is deeper than Boston.
Familiar. That sounded familiar. Somebody else said that earlier.
Well, yeah, I don't care what the white boy Pritchard does off the bench for Boston. I don't give a fuck. Dallas is the deeper team 1 through 12. Okay.
Yep.
All right, gotcha. So let's get into Porzingis' return. You know, he had a strained calf and he was out for the majority of the postseason. So what does his return mean for the Celtics there, Paul? What's your thoughts on his game plan if he's up to par and healthy after being out for a long sustained time that he's been out?
I mean, he's going to do what he's been doing. I mean, he's not a physical guy. I mean, I still think the Mavericks' size and just physicality will be a problem for him. I mean, he got 7'2", and he'd rather play on the perimeter than bang at the rim. Daniel Gafford's going to put him on the ground more than once.
So lively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lively too. I mean, so that's the thing is the only advantage that Porzingis gives you, he could help you stretch the floor.
That's it.
But that's really it. I mean, he's going to get out rebounded. He's gonna get out physical at the rim. He might alter some shots at the rim, but even then, those big bodies are going to keep him far away from Luka and Kyrie. That it won't be a problem. So, does it help?
And
sure.
Real quick, Dallas's bigs are fast enough to guard him on the perimeter too.
100%.
So that's still advantage Dallas.
Oh yeah, because they were running switches on Anthony Edwards and stuff. You know, and all these other guys when they're playing all the rest of these series too. Like, you know, they're able to match up on the perimeter, so they can switch on Tatum. They can switch on Jaylen Brown. They got lateral quickness. You know, the big thing is someone like Gafford can get in foul trouble, but you know, if Lively seems okay after his little neck injury, so that just makes them even more deep, more dangerous. Because Derek Lively is emerging this postseason like no one thought he would, and he's become a very important part of that offense. Whether it's blocking shots at the rim, grabbing rebounds, catching lobs. It just causes problems, man, because Dallas is that team where when there's chaos happening, like they thrive off of that. Like when there's broken plays, second chance points, you know, weird fast breaks, that's when Dallas is at their best because you don't know what to do. The floor is open, Luka's going one way, Kyrie's going another way, someone's shooting to the corner, and then Gafford or Lively is going at the rim, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. So I mean, Porzingis, you know, he was on the Knicks for a while. I know what Porzingis brings. And again, in this particular matchup, I don't think he's an advantage because of how athletic the Mavericks bigs are. So he better come out. He better come out and he better drop 30. That's about the only way he's going to make a difference. If he's going to make 3 or 4 threes, you can live with that because they're going to get those points on the other end from 2 or 3 guys. Derek Jones Jr., you know, PJ Washington. If Tim Hardaway Jr. figures it out, I mean, he seems to be out of the rotation right now, but he's the guy that can come in limited minutes and he can get you, you know, 6 or 8 real quick. So it's just Dallas has, with the depth of their team, whatever Porzingis is going to give you, Dallas can probably double that production with the guys that they already have, which is going to cause a problem for Boston.
Gotcha. CJ, your thoughts on Porzingis' return? And
I wouldn't even bring him back. I mean,
no. They got Luke Cornett and Al Horford, who's on the glim. You want
Luke Cornett, baby, the all YMCA team. Let's go.
It's similar to when Jameer Nelson came back. Like,
hey, the only guy we can not diss on Boston is poor Al Horford. Y'all leave that man alone.
Oh, he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
Season 2. Yeah, you say that season 2.
Hey.
Yeah.
No,
y'all leave big old Al alone.
No, listen, he won a few games. No, for sure. He won a few games, for sure.
I love Al.
7 threes? Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, I'm attempting to bring Porzingis back to see what he gives me. I would personally, but you say you out on that, CJ?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, we've seen this before. Remember when KD got hurt and they were like, "Oh, it's a calf strain," and then he tried to come back and he tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
Like it's one of them things where you don't play with. And he already got bad feet, bad ankles, bad knees. Like, come on, man.
Bad everything.
Yeah,
He bad from the hip down.
yeah. And this is one of those series where it's not a good matchup for him
No.
because they're going to eat him alive. Like
He's only going to be an asset if he makes 6 or 7 threes a game. That's it.
Like
Other
against
than
Miles Turner, against Miles Turner, he's perfect because they're both finesse. They don't really want to get, monkey.
You could say it soft.
Yeah.
Soft.
They going because them boys in Dallas is gonna run his Charmin ass all over the place.
Yeah,
Well,
they like to get down and dirty in the paint. They like to get physical.
Well, just to play a little bit on the other side here, you hope that pick and pop game kind of open up the lanes for Jason Tatum a little bit. Maybe that get Jason Tatum going and just a schematic type of thing. I'm just throwing this stuff out here. I don't know. Like
Dallas is too fast and long.
Yeah. But I guess what I'm saying is, he still is that threat to hit a 15 to 18 footer.
Yeah.
And
you
it's
still got to
guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. You still got to guard from that thing. Now I don't know about his little drop to the paint game with those two guys in there. That's going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
He's also a threat to fall down and hurt his leg again too. So yeah.
Well, listen. I guess in a comparison to you get all the way there. You gotta give it a go.
Look here, he's not the old white basketball player that I would want playing right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't play old white man basketball that I would want playing
Larry
right
Bird
now.
ain't walking through that door now. Come on now, Larry Bird ain't walking through that goddamn door.
Nope, but the second coming's going to be on that Boston floor. So y'all better watch.
Yes.
77.
Oh, man.
But he's not. But for God's sake, people, please stop saying he's better than Larry right now. Jesus Christ. That means you haven't. That means you never watched Larry. That means you never watched Larry Bird.
Are these 18-year-old people?
They're already saying he's better than Dirk. Wait, they're already saying he's better than Dirk. That's disrespectful.
Yeah. Get out.
That's disrespectful. Yeah.
What? Really?
No.
Yes. Yeah. Jason Kidd said that Luka's better.
Look here.
Than Dirk.
Look here. If Dirk wasn't in this league, all them foreigners should thank Dirk for coming over here and playing ball. Because if it wasn't for him, none of your asses would be over here right now.
That's true. True.
Yeah. 1%.
He was the start of what the new NBA is, and I've been preaching that for God knows how long. Dirk started all this madness. Now we got everybody shooting 3-pointers, no matter how tall you are. Hell, look at what we created. We created a 7'7" guy from France who just shoots 3-pointers and is a freaking alien.
Yeah.
Oh, Wemby.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's like having an avatar play basketball. It's like an avatar play basketball.
Just wait.
All right, so let's go on to the next question here. What is pretty much Boston game plan to literally get a series win here? Listen, during the regular season, I know they so the Celtics here. You funny, Kevin. Only 18% of their opponents' 3-point attempts, the lowest opponent rate in the playoffs, have come from the corners. They had the lowest opponent rate of 21% during the regular season, and which the Mavs, which I know, as you mentioned, they're a different team now. The Mavs was 4 for 16 from the corners in their 2 head-to-head meetings. So,
hey, wait a minute.
Come here. Come, please.
This sounds awful familiar too.
Go ahead, Kev. Speak on it.
I said this earlier.
You did say this earlier, so go ahead and elaborate. Yeah. So, what Boston? What?
CL, you wasn't here, but I did this thing called research.
Go ahead.
I came over here.
Kevin's a journalist now.
I came with it. Cortez sat there with a shock face on.
I was so proud. I was so proud.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this. I want to hear it.
But yes, Dallas, Boston makes people when you shoot the corner threes. They're very good at defending it. Ever since the trade deadline, with all the people that the Mavs have brought in, they have upped their 3-point percentage from the corners, and they were killing everybody with it during the playoffs. So that's going to be a big key for the Dallas game, especially with the way that Luka creates for everybody else around him. Boston bringing back Kristaps Porzingis is not a good sign for the corner three game because they're going to get out there to it. They'll get him on the pick and roll. They'll let him work, and they'll throw somebody over in the corner, and bam, they're going to make these things.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Got it.
Nah, good analysis there. CL, what's your thoughts about Boston's taking what they need to do to secure the Larry O'Brien?
Well, I mean, ain't nothing they can do to secure it, but I will say this: round one against the Heat, they didn't defend anyone who could penetrate the paint because Jimmy Butler was gone. Round two, during against the Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell was out there hobbled for the first two games. No one could penetrate the paint, right? Let's just be honest, right? Against Indiana, Tyrese Halliburton can do a little bit of penetration, but then he hurt his hammy, so that bitch ass nigga was out too. What you got coming? What you got coming now? And I forget. Look, sorry, the goose is hitting. Sorry, my bad. I've forgotten how big Luka is, but Luka is a big nigga. And the only reason why I call him a nigga is because one, he claimed Luka. Two, he told Kyrie he half black. Okay?
Paul, he's about to the barbecue.
Boston, I don't give a fuck if it's Drew Holiday. I don't give a fuck if it's pretty ass boy Jason Tatum. Jason Brown, I give a little bit of a run there. No one can guard Luka's penetration on Boston. No one. You're going to have to double team this motherfucker. You might have to triple team this motherfucker. So, yeah, bring Tim Hardaway off the bench. That motherfucker will give you 2 threes. Hell, Derrick Jones Jr. done found a 3-point shot. PJ Washington has had a 3-point shot. The corner three, throw them stats out. Fuck all them stats. Dallas can actually kill Boston with the corner three with Luka's penetration because you know he's going to get 9 to 12 fucking assists a game. No one on Boston can guard that big nigga. No one.
All you got to do.
Oh, go ahead, Kevin.
If you want to look at what the corner three does, look at last year's Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh yeah.
What did the Heat do? They killed them with corner threes.
Oh.
Caleb Martin, freaking Gabe Vincent. Everybody was drilling corner threes. You want to know why? Because Jimmy Butler was penetrating. Same thing goes for Luka.
Right.
Same thing.
Cortez, I love you, brother. Fuck them stats.
Guess
I
what?
don't care.
And guess what? They had the same team they got right now. It's the same team minus Bloods and Crips Porzingis. That's the only difference they got in it.
Not the cornrows.
Yeah. Bloods Crip Porzingis. That's what I'm gonna call him.
Cortez, I'm gonna send you a picture. See if you can put it online. I'm gonna send you a picture.
Are you going with the picture of Porzingis as a kid with them cornrows?
Oh, buddy.
Both of them. Hey. Porzingis as a kid and Luka as a kid. I'm gonna send it to him.
Bloods and Crips Porzingis and Lucky Luka.
That could be the cover photo of this podcast.
Paul, whenever
please, Cortez, I'm sending it to you right now, brother.
All right, I'm gonna check it, download it. But Paul, while I get that, can you oh, buddy. Paul, your thoughts about the game plan for Boston, what they need to do. Let me pull this up.
I don't know if Boston really has a game plan aside from let's go shoot 45 threes and let's just, try to play some defense. But you're up against two guards that are the best penetrators in the league. They just carve up defenses. It's one thing to worry about one guy. It's one thing to worry about just Jimmy Butler, just Donovan Mitchell, just Tyrese Halliburton. But when you got Kyrie and Luka, who can either one of them they're gonna look to get in the paint. Like it's gonna be barbecue chicken, all however many games this goes. You're gonna smell it from everywhere. It's gonna be everyone's gonna be eating.
Mavs and
The matchups just aren't there for Boston.
Dang, he went right to the prediction.
Yeah, you did. Boston's just
Not yet.
Boston's just not.
Later on in the show, save it.
Boston's just not built, I think, to handle that kind of guard play. I don't really think anyone's built to handle that kind of guard play. Like, we were talking about last week with Minnesota. Like Minnesota literally built a team that could beat the Denver Nuggets because they thought that they would play the Denver Nuggets late in the postseason, and that would be their meal ticket to get into the NBA Finals. What happened? Denver slipped. Minnesota overachieved. They got him in the second round. And then it became a conference finals where they had to go against Dallas, who no one thought would be in the postseason with the team that they had at the beginning of the season. And those two guards just caused complete chaos for
They got ran to death.
potentially one of the best, defensive teams in the league. Minnesota's no slouch on defense, and they looked like a team that just had no answers at all.
Yeah, because they once it matters like oh, look, it's Bloods and Crips Parzingas. And hey, Luka actually looks like what I did when I was younger, except for that stupid
Kristaps looks like Nikola Jokic. But yeah, that's the thing is I don't think there's a team in the league right now that is built to defend the guard play of the Dallas Mavericks, and that's the thing. Guards are the ones that win you championships. Guards are going to be the ones that get all the praise. Guards are going to be the ones that get all the notoriety, and they got two of them.
Here's the huge thing. They're coming out of the West, where the West is run and gun. We're going to get up and down the court, and we're going to cause chaos. Boston comes from the Eastern Conference, where it's supposedly more physical, more all this, more of half-court sets and all this stuff. And they're built to beat teams like Miami and teams like that, but they're not built to get on their horse and try to keep up with these guys. And I always talk about it every year. Them teams that can get up and just run your butt to death, those are the ones that give you so much problems. And if they got playmakers like Luka who can do absolutely anything that you need him to do, you're in trouble. Boston don't have that one guy that can do whatever you need him to do. If you need him to make a play for somebody else, you got it. If you need him to make a play on himself, you got it. Freaking hell, Dallas has two of them.
I think the crazy thing about the way Luka and Kyrie play too is if someone's cooking, like they will do whatever they can to get that guy the ball. But they will let whoever. If PJ Washington's cooking, PJ Washington's getting 15 shots. You know what I mean? If Daniel Gafford's getting to the rim, he's getting 5-6 lobs. So they're gonna do whatever their feel for the game is so good that it's literally like watching people playing in slow motion. Like they're playing NBA 2K on the lowest level of difficulty against a kid with no thumbs.
Gotcha.
Because we know Luka's slow as fuck, so that's great. That's great. Yeah.
Luka played that old man basketball shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
him and Jokic.
Gotcha. All right. And then last question before we go into the picks. Flip side on the Mavs, because I know we been leaning more about the Mavs, what they're planning to do this series. So throw this out here. I know CL is like, screw the stats, but I'm going to read one more here.
Yeah. I don't care about stats. This is my eye test. I've been watching NBA for 30 years. Come on now.
I know, brother. I trust you.
Look, I don't think outside of Kevin, they don't know how old I am. Just let me say that. I look younger than what I really am.
There it is.
Somebody looks really old and has a birthday next week.
Congrats. Look, this black ain't cracking. Let me tell you, this black ain't cracking. And I got a nice little 25-year-old Latina now. Okay.
Oh, God have mercy on my soul. Oh, Jesus criminy. Oh,
This
Lord
guy's
have
come
mercy.
loose, man.
Just
Oh,
a
Lord have mercy.
17-year age difference. That's all. 17-year age difference. You know.
Oh,
I'm
look.
cool.
Look. Coming up on my birthday, this white ain't as bright as it used to be. So,
Hit me respectfully, sir. Hit me with your bullshit stats. Come on.
Gotcha, man. So Dallas opponents have shot 51% in the paint, that being the third lowest opponent rank in the playoffs. Opponents have shot 42.5% of the rim when Daniel Gafford's been there protected. The best rim protection mark among 17 players who leads to defend 50 shots at the rim. Derek Lively's second has the third best ranked mark at 49.3%. And as y'all mentioned about how Boston is 3-point heavy, and they do open up that 3-point heavy and try to drive to the paint, these two guys are really being an impact on the paint. So talk to me more about what Dallas need to do more to take control of this series and win the Larry O'Brien.
Offensively or defensively?
Hey, anyone you want to go. I just threw out a defensive stat, but you want to go defensive, go ahead and go defensive.
I mean, pretty much we know outside of Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday maybe for 6 points, no one's really going to be scoring in the paint for Boston. No one. You see what I'm saying? So if Dallas can defend the perimeter, because I forgot who said it earlier, forgive me, they're going to try to shoot between 40 and 45 threes a game. That's literally all they have. They are front runners. That's what they do. Okay? So if that 3-point shot is not falling, or if Dallas's bigs are covering that perimeter with their speed and with their length, Boston doesn't know how to go into the fucking paint outside of Jaylen Brown for maybe 6 to 8 points or Drew Holiday for 6 to 8 points. Who else is going to go into the paint? We know Jason Tatum ain't going to take his bitch ass out there. Peyton Pritchard going to stand behind the free throw line, the 3-point line with Porzingis, right? Joe Mazzulla can't adjust to save his fucking life. I could coach that fucking team better than he can. You see what I'm saying? So all Dallas has to do is defend the fucking 3-point line. They don't have to worry about the fucking paint. Who's going to go in there? Respect, Kevin. Al Horford ain't going to do no work in the fucking paint. Who going to do work in the fucking paint?
Nope. Al's hips is already
all Dallas
going.
has to do is right. So all Dallas has to do is to protect the perimeter. That's it. And I'll say this from Boston: Luka and Kyrie. Who gonna guard who? Who you gonna put on Luka? Drew Holiday last year got kicked out of Milwaukee because he got shitted on by Jimmy Butler. So you mean to tell me your best perimeter defender is going to guard Luka, who's bigger and more talented than Jimmy Butler? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, oh, you going to put him on Kyrie? Oh, Kyrie going to have that nigga on skates. You see what I'm saying? Oh, we know. Look, here's your three. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry I'm ranting. Here's your 3 best Boston perimeter defensive players. Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, Derek White, and then that bitch-ass Jason Tatum. You're not going to be able to hide Jason Tatum defensively in this series. You are not. There is nothing Boston can do defensively to stop Luka from penetrating, to stop Kyrie from penetrating. There's nothing that they can do. Them Dallas shooters are going to be open all motherfucking game.
We're going to have to put a thing on the bottom of this to when people go to listen that says, if you like Jason Tatum, please don't listen to this podcast.
No one real. And look, I on my own podcast. By the way, I have a podcast. Okay, I was called a hater all week, but that's okay. We released our podcast Sunday. I hurt all the Boston fans' feelings. I did, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care either.
Yeah, I don't see a pathway for Boston to win this series. But I'll be the first one to say it. If God comes down and bless the Boston Celtics and they win the series, I will a fucking Jason Tatum jersey on my next podcast. I will. But I don't see no fucking way that Boston wins this series, and any piece of shit reporter on TV that predicts Boston to win this series is a piece of shit and they don't know basketball.
The only
stats
way
didn't show me that. Go ahead, Kevin.
Watching it does. The only way Boston wins is if they go on a freaking tear from the 3-point line, and out of those 40-something they shoot, they're making it at a 46, 47% clip. That is the only way that they stay in this series because that is all they shoot.
So they got to make like 15 threes? That's what y'all
They're
think?
going to have to shoot 60
20.
and make 28.
20 or more. Yeah, they're going to make.
They're gonna have
They got to make 20. 20 is the number.
They're going to have to shoot 60 and make 28.
They've been in dogfight with some of these other teams with that three ball. That three ball, like you say, you live by the three, you die by the three, man. That might
Exactly. Because if they have an off night, they are screwed.
Yeah, they had some games in the postseason. Like, man, how in the hell they lose that game? But
Game 2, first round, they throw up 937 bricks from the 3-point line. The other team makes them. You're fucked.
And
They better hope to God they make all them bitches. And here's what else they better hurt. Boston better hope somebody gets hurt. Because that has been their path this whole time. They need one guy to get hurt.
CJ, what are you going to say?
No, I was saying, and we've seen when they played the Clippers, they were down 20 multiple times to the Clippers. And the Clippers, I think, are a better team than Boston. And we saw the Dallas just walk them down like it was. They're down 20 going into the half. You check back 9 minutes left in the third, and they're up 5 or 6 points. Like, how'd you swing 25 points in 3 or 4 minutes like that? You know what I mean?
It's called Luka.
Yeah.
They made them good moves too, man, for sure, to balance that team out. So,
dude, that trade deadline did them so much favors and made them made them so much deeper. Like they went from not having shit to being deep as fuck.
Yeah. Nah, for sure, man. All right, moment of truth. So we're gonna go around the panel and we're gonna see who is going to pick who and how many games. So Paul, I'll let you go first. Who wins the NBA title and how many games?
I'm not ready for the season to end. So I'm gonna go Dallas in 6. I think Boston can get a couple at home, but they'll be close ones.
What?
But I think Dallas in 6.
Look at their playoff record at home the last 3 years.
Oh, I know, but I just don't want it to end fast.
I get that.
I'm gonna go Dallas in 6. My heart is Dallas in 5, but I'm gonna go Dallas in 6.
Kevin Carter, break it down.
Paul said, I don't want it to end fast. I was about to go. That's what she said. But yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm kind of like with Paul. I'm gonna go Dallas in 6. I think it's Dallas in 5 actually, but unlike Paul, I do want the season to end so we can get into the off season and do the fun stuff again. We can go we can go whale watching, as we like to call it. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll go Dallas in 6.
We got our whale. Don't worry. We got our whale, Kevin. We got it.
Whale watching.
CL, your prediction and how many games?
As always, it's fuck Boston, right? It's always fuck Boston, okay?
Always.
I would say it's gonna be a sweep.
Ooh.
The only reason why I don't say it's gonna be a sweep because we know, again, no one else will say this. Somebody in New York is gonna pick up the phone, and tell the referees to dictate a game a certain way.
Scott Foster.
You knew what you was doing when you asked me to be on. You knew what you was doing. Okay.
Everybody went straight Scott Foster.
So, with that said, Scott Foster, who's best friend of Tim Donaghy, nigga, I know. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. It's not gonna be a sweep, even though my heart tells me it's gonna be a sweep. But somebody's gonna make that phone call. Mavericks in 5.
Gotcha. CJ,
Mavs in 5. I'm with CL. I want to say it's a sweep. But
say it. Come on, say it.
the NBA, they want to collect some checks. The finals.
There's really just going to be one of those games where Boston don't miss shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be the game they get. It'll be one of those games where they go into that fluke shit mode to where they make everything.
Yeah, game one they'll get ran out the building because they've been sitting for like 2 weeks. Game two they'll be on Hall of Fame mode.
Yeah, they'll make every damn thing. Every time they push X, they fucking make it and shit and
they'll go back to Dallas and they'll get ran out the building for 2 straight games. And then
Mark Cuban will invest in some weird thing on Shark Tank and they'll run them out of the gym.
And then they'll come back for game 5 is it game 5? Yeah, they'll come out for game 5 in
Game 5 will be in Boston now.
Boston, and they'll shit the bed, and we'll all be going whale watching, as Kev was saying.
Yikes! Well, they're gonna lose a game 5 in Boston. Yikes!
That's why I said 6. That's why I said 6. I want
JB and Tatum this summer.
I want Dallas to enjoy it in Dallas. That's why I said 6.
Oh,
they have no cap space going forward. This is it. I think Paul said this. Yeah, they still got to pay Tatum. So I think Paul says that this is it for Boston, and it was always it for Boston. Even if Denver would have got to the finals, Denver would have beat them. But even if Denver would have went to the finals this year, this was always Boston's best shot to win it.
Yeah,
their window break up that team soon.
Yeah, their window has closed. Yeah, it's done. Closed. Their window closed. Philly window closed. A lot of people's windows is closing.
Mm-hmm. And in tight game situations,
2 guys making max money. It's a wrap.
Right. Yeah. In tight game situations, I think CJ or even Paul said this: when the game is tight, the ass cheeks get real tight for Boston. Mm-hmm. But we know Dallas gonna fucking show up. Mm-hmm. We know that. They done showed it. Again, against the Clippers, they showed it. Against the Timberwolves, they shitted on them. Okay? But we all know Boston, man, they get tight, man. And I ain't going to say the whole team get tight, but I will say that light-skinned, fake-ass, pretty boy, false prophet, Jason Tatum, get real tight.
Jason Tatum.
I will say that.
Hey, here's the thing.
Oh, he get tight.
Here's the thing.
He get tight like
Dallas has a guy over there. Dallas has a guy over there that many people forgot. The man averaged 40 points in the NBA Finals before. And we ain't even talking about Luka. They got a dude that averaged 40 in the Finals.
It's nuts. It's nuts, man.
Who you got, Cortez?
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I always have been talking about Boston, and this whole postseason, I've just been like, man, I'm just waiting for him to blow it. You see my tweet, CJ, right? I'm just waiting for that moment that they're gonna blow it. They just gonna choke, and I'm just waiting for that moment. Yeah. And I just been so under, their play in the postseason. I know they did what they had to do. They played the teams that's in front of them. They deal with injury. Cool, they did what they had supposed to do. But it's just been so underwhelming for a team that only lost 4 or 5 home games during the regular season. I'm expecting this team to blow teams out the water. But the way they're playing some of these teams, I'm like, why is this game close? And I catch myself saying that quite a few times watching the Celtics. But then I watch it on the other side where I'm sorry, Dallas. I picked wrong every time against you guys. I picked wrong. I picked the Clippers to beat y'all. Wrong. I picked like what I say, bruh. And then who they playing? Who playing the second round? I'm blanking who they playing in the second round. Who Dallas playing in the second round? I'm looking at
the Nuggets.
Yeah. So they're not beating the Nuggets. They're not beating the Nuggets. Wrong.
No.
No, the Timberwolves play the Nuggets. Timberwolves play the Nuggets.
Timberwolves play the Nuggets. Yeah. Who
did Dallas
OKC. Okay. Now I thought,
that's soft ass.
That's soft ass team.
Yeah, they just young.
They weren't ready.
They're just young. But listen,
they're young.
Me and CJ can agree, just being Magic fans, that OKC fans need to be humble. So that was cool to see them. Be
Oh,
humble.
that was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful to see them humble.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Abe Lincoln wasn't ready for that yet.
right. And then I'm watching them play the Timberwolves. I'm like, okay, Timberwolves. I'm thinking like, listen, Timberwolves got some size. They probably could bother them. No.
They put all their eggs in the Nuggets basket.
They got that fat cat.
They match up well with the Nuggets, but they didn't match up well with the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay, Cortez. All that said, pick a motherfucker.
Oh, listen.
You going Boston?
No, I'm not going Boston.
Okay.
Hell no, he ain't going Boston.
No, I'm not going Boston. Mavs and 6. I do think Jason Tatum will give him a game. I know he's light-skinned, brother. I know he jokes. Yeah, he joked, but I think he give him a game. But I really think that Boston is going to choke the bad. We're going to sit here and this is going to be the moment that I say like, aha, this is the moment I was waiting for. I knew they was going to choke. This is the moment here. And I'm telling you, Paul just threw a stat out at the beginning of the podcast about their clutch moments. It's going to be some close games. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but it's going to be some close games. But you got Luka and Kyrie, who's the best clutch players in the NBA. You don't want to be in a close game with those two guys. And Boston's been in these close games, and you play Tyrese Halliburton, that got hurt. You play Donovan Mitchell, who got hurt. Miami dealt with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's a clutch player as well. He's not to play well in the clutch. You didn't play him. You was hoping he's going to come back and play. See, that series would have been because they could have probably shocked.
Oh, we would have beat Boston
in the first round.
Yeah, we would have beat Boston.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
Healthy Jimmy Butler, they're getting Boston out of the way.
But I'm just waiting for the Boston Celtics to choke. And I think it's going to happen. And it's going to be the Mavs and 6. And it's going to be a moment like they have their chance and they blow it. So, full
I'm also a fan. I'm also just a fan of a good blow up. Like I just want Boston. I want to see it.
Always.
I want to see it. I want to see it blow up.
That's what she said.
NBA offseason is going to be nuts. A lot of teams are going to change it up.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of teams, it's going to be nuts, man. Oh. I can't wait till the offseason. There's going to be a lot of movement.
Brother, I just want one more minute. I'm sorry. CJ, I didn't know you was a Magic fan, so I'm going to address this to you too. I just want to say, as much as I've shitted on the Orlando Magic for my entire life,
we coming.
I'm so proud of what y'all did this year.
Yeah.
I was heartbroken when y'all lost that Game 7 in Cleveland. I was heartbroken. Paolo showed up. His mama was there. No one else showed up. I'm sorry. Remember that text I sent you, Cortez?
I did.
I fully expected the Magic to win that game. Yes. If the Magic would have won that game and would have went to Boston, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Because the Orlando Magic would have upset the Boston Celtics. I just want to say that.
Appreciate
I had the Heat, maybe, and maybe, the Orlando Magic playing each other in the playoffs for only the second time in history. But I 1,000% believe if y'all would have saw Boston, y'all would have beat Boston, and y'all would have been to the conference finals.
And a lot of Magic fans feel that way, too, that we match up well against Boston. It's just a shame that we had an 18-point lead going to halftime and we just blew it. And Paul, we talked about that, too, man. It's just a young team, and Franz got to learn. I know a lot of people kill Franz. He's got to learn. He'll be all right. He didn't have the best game, so.
We'll get Paul George and end up in the finals next year, so it's all good.
Youth right now is a gift and a curse. The bad part is, with all that youth Orlando has, they don't have that veteran guy that calms all the shit down. They just don't have it. And all that youth just got, and Joe Ingles does not fucking count.
All YMCA team, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, he does not fucking count.
I call him too. I call him YMCA Joe.
But if they would have had one presence that could calm them down, they would be so much better. But like CL said, I was upset that they fucking lost.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, damn.
A Game 7 too, right?
I was damn it, that dude. I'm sorry, that dude. Shit. God damn. Woo. That motherfucker. If
Only
he,
had a little bit of help. Only had a little bit of help, man.
if he,
That's all he needed, man. That's all he needed, man.
if he,
God damn.
if he gathers it all to where he is consistent on a game-to-game basis, and he don't have those 2 off nights, that motherfucker there, god damn,
Y'all got something special, man. Y'all got something special.
that
We're about to run
motherfucker.
the East for the next 10, 12 years.
I ain't
Well, I'm
gonna say
not
all
gonna go that
now,
far.
Say all that
I'm not
now.
gonna go
You
that.
must
I'm not
forgot
gonna
it's
go that far.
two Heat fans
Look,
on here
we'll
now.
get-
We ain't gonna say all that.
We gonna give you your props, but we damn sure ain't gonna go that far.
I believe in magic, baby.
Because goddamn it, for as good as y'all were, you still went 3-1 against older brother. That's all I got to say.
Here it is.
That's
Heat
it.
fans.
I lost my voice. I lost my voice at the watch party when we lost to y'all.
Did you?
Same.
But
That hurt though. Yeah, that hurt. Yeah.
There's always hurt to the Heat.
But hey, I ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all did well, young grasshoppers.
Thank
Y'all
you.
did well.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
Paul,
Y'all lucky
Yeah.
Y'all can pass the torch now. We good.
No.
Again. In order to pass the torch, you have to beat us more than once.
I got nothing to say to that one, man. Hey,
You got
Mr.
to
Matt.
beat us more than one time.
Oh, my bad. Hey, Kevin, what's that question you posed? Let's move on to that question.
Hold on, real quick.
We'll
I just thought about something real quick before Kevin goes. I'll just talk. We're talking about like Luke Cornett and these guys, right? Who's your all YMCA starting 5?
Ooh.
Because I got Joe Ingles, George Niang.
Yeah. That's Cortez.
Luke Cornett.
Hey, TJ McConnell. He's not on that team?
Yep. Luke Cornett, TJ McConnell.
TJ McConnell. Come on.
Nope, TJ McConnell. That guy's running the Y, bro. He's running the Y. He ain't giving up the
Time out. When you walk into the building, you see a guy that is shaped directly, not as tall, but God damn it, Jokic is all YMCA player.
Nah, he won an MVP. He is still slow. It don't
White.
matter. It doesn't
And
matter.
white.
He's
plays-
won multiple MVPs. He makes professional basketball players look silly.
He is a YMCA basketball player. He plays exactly like every big, slow white guy does at the YMCA.
Wow.
He just does it with precision.
Yeah, I have to agree.
The reason he is so damn good in the NBA is because all these quick-footed motherfuckers try to keep up with shit, but they don't know how to keep up with old white man basketball. It is a straight fact.
Oh, buddy.
I'm missing one more. I got 4. I'm not putting Jokic. I'm not putting Jokic in there because Jokic is MVP. So I'm gonna go TJ McConnell, Luke Cornett, George Niang, Joe Ingles, and I need one more guy.
Oh my God,
One more.
He ain't mixed, goddammit. We claim him. Fuck.
One more.
Old Kevin Love.
Nah, we ain't gonna do Kevin like that.
Nah.
Kevin made. We ain't gonna Kevin the made man. We ain't gonna do that.
There's somebody. No, there's a guy on a bench somewhere in the NBA that.
Oh, it's in the Lakers.
What about Kyle Anderson?
AK-47. Nah, AK-47.
Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson's on the all hairline team too.
Ah.
Oh, him and Jalen Suggs.
Him, Jalen Suggs, and Derek White from 2 years ago.
Jalen Suggs. That he got some dog in him now. How's that?
He got to cut that hair though.
He got that little spot. He got a little patch now. He got a little patch.
He got more than the patch. He got the whole front.
Okay, let's go. God damn it.
Looking like the Colts logo with that hairline.
God damn it, son of a bitch.
Oh man! All right, we're good, Kevin. Go ahead with your question. I was just curious about.
He looked like Road Warrior Hawk.
Oh my God!
Anybody watch wrestling know what Road Warrior Hawk looked like?
Yes, sir.
There you go. All right. So here's the question. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, since we had the discussion of Batman and Robin earlier, we're going to do a modern, now NBA Batman and Robin, and who throughout the NBA history, everything else. You could put 2 guys on the team. Who would be your all-time Batman and Robin?
So if we got a name for players.
So a new one and an old one. Yes.
All right. Sorry, like I said, that goose hitting now. I'm sorry. Okay.
Whoever can go
Who's
first.
starting it?
Oh, I'll go first. Old school, give me Penny and Tim Duncan.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
New school.
So they can be on different teams?
Yes, different teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just saying if you could get 2 guys and put them together.
Got it. All right. I got next.
Penny and Tim Duncan. New school, give me Paulo and give me Paulo and PG.
Ooh, nice.
Pablo and who?
Give me Paulo and Franz. I'm sticking with my boys. Paulo and Franz.
Oh,
And this part of the podcast was brought to you by Orlando Magic Homerism. Please
Play the
come visit
song,
Disney
bro.
World while
Play
you were
the
here.
song.
Play the song. Either
we wouldn't do that
Paulo
shit.
PG or Paulo and
Orlando
Franz.
Magic. Nah, fuck that. All right.
That song slaps. I don't care who you are.
Nah, I gave you
God
credit
damn it.
now, so stop the magic love. I done gave y'all credit now, goddammit.
You know,
All right,
here
go.
we go.
Yeah, we already did that part. Yeah, y'all go.
Yeah, we did that part. Here we go. All time, old school. I started watching basketball in 1993. Damn, I'm old.
Oh, shut up.
Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon.
God damn it, why'd you take my 2?
Because we think alike. We think alike, Kevin.
You son of a bitch.
that's an
That's
interesting
cute.
combo.
That's real cute. That's real cute. Because they never played each other in the finals. If they would have, Houston would have won another ring. But that's a topic for another day. And then as far as new school, I'm going to go with a couple of teammates. They haven't played together a lot because one of them have been hurt. But I do love Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid, man. I love them guys to death.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
We got to give
you
Maxey
got?
some love, man. He had a great season.
He did. He did.
About to get paid.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm.
He deserves it too. Deserves it.
Yeah.
Who you got, Mr. Matt?
I'll go. It's weird to find a Robin because I keep every time I look back at the '90s, I just find a bunch of Batmans. But obviously, you got to go with Michael Jordan. And I don't care about these fucking rules. I'm trying to dominate people, so I'm gonna take Shaq.
God fucking hell.
Yeah, fuck your feelings. Fuck Hakeem Olajuwon.
This is why I should have went first. No, hold on. Time out. Time out.
Nah, Hakeem owns Shaq. I'm fucking with you. I'm just kidding.
I'm about to say it.
Relax. I know. I'm kidding. Relax.
I'm about to say it.
Relax.
God
I love
darn it.
Hakeem Olajuwon. I love the dream. They put Shaq in a blender. It's no big deal. But
God darn it. That hurt
I take
my heart.
I'll take Jordan and Shaq. Just the most dominant perimeter player and the most dominant big man potentially ever. And then new school, I'm gonna take Luka. Just because he could do everything. Guy's a Swiss Army knife.
Mm-hmm.
And who we got? This part's tough with current guys because a lot of the really good ones they're soft, and then a lot of the really good ones are getting old. So you get one of these upcoming guys.
Yeah.
I'll take Luka, and I'll put Wemby with Luka.
God damn it.
Okay.
Next time we do this shit, I'm going first.
You want to go now? Go ahead and go now.
No, go ahead, Cortez. Ruin the rest of my shit.
Well, CL took his and I took his nuke school, so it's fucked now.
Damn all you motherfuckers.
So, old school, I like to see Tracy McGrady with with Kevin Garnett.
Ooh.
Okay.
Pops running out there, little dog in him.
KG would carry that though, but okay.
Yeah. New school. I'll probably go with I'm gonna go with Jokic. And then I probably choose
Jason Tatum.
No, I think, in my opinion, I like to see, even though they got in an argument with each other in this series, but Jokic and Anthony Edwards, those two. Let's see how that works out.
Fucking
That's a good one.
That's all right. Can I ask a question though?
What?
Because I want to know. I want to know who knows this. Cortez, you don't know me for damn near 20 years. You know I'm all about fuck stats, right? But I'm gonna drop a stat on y'all. Who has the highest usage rating in the history of the NBA?
Luka.
That's right. That was from the start of his season up until the All-Star break when they made that trade. Luka's not worn down and tired like he was in previous years because now he has the most help he's ever had. Mavs in 5.
Did you hear the one stat that I dropped about Luka though? He is per game average in the playoffs number 2
of all time.
Yep, behind Mike
Jordan. or Iverson. Okay,
behind Jordan.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, good. It's finally my turn since everybody took on my motherfuckers.
I'm free to go, man.
Oh, no. I'll let y'all all just take everybody. Okay. So my new school would be Bam Adebayo, since everybody took on my other motherfuckers. It would be Bam Adebayo and his soon-to-be teammate, Donovan Mitchell.
We already had the Spider jerseys shirts made already. You saw that, Kevin?
And
the Heat
my old school.
Just like them Lillard shirts.
Yeah. No, I didn't buy one of them Lillard shirts. Fuck that. Fuck fucking Portland. My old school team would be Irvin Magic Johnson lining it up with Larry Bird.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yes.
I only said that one line to piss off CL. I saw you flick me off. So
Let me tell you real quick. I'm sorry. I thought I was done real quick. When I got the text message that Lillard was traded to Milwaukee, I was at work. You know where I work at. I literally almost got up and walked out the building. I was like, fuck this job. Fuck this job. Fuck life. The only thing that saved me is because I was 5 minutes from my lunch break. But I literally almost took my headset off and walked out the fucking building. Mm-hmm.
The funniest shit was CL sends me a fucking text right after it. Fuck the goddamn Trump.
good stuff. All right, Good stuff, guys. We are at 1 hour and 30. I'm going to call it. This has been a fantastic podcast. And I knew that's what it was going to be when I got these us collection of individuals together. So always candid, cut and raw. So it's always love when I get these guys on a podcast. So
I'm just glad I didn't get Caitlin Clark during this. Where nobody tried to hit me with.
Look, we got to do this again.
Yeah, nobody hit me with a forearm and knocked me
on
down.
that shit.
Absolutely. Sounds good, man. We'll do. Make sure you stay tuned during the week. Me and Paul will be back at the cover. You see what next week look like. You know, NBA Finals kick off this Thursday at 8:30 p.m. So Eastern time for those folks that's out west. I know why we show y'all some love. The game is at 8:30. I don't know why, but hey, but it is what it is. But
9 o'clock, 30 minutes of fucking post game.
Pretty much, yeah. And I got to work at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. So that's always fun trying to stay for some of these games. Now,
Boo-hoo.
Yeah. Pity for poor me. So, Make sure you follow the Make sure you follow the podcast page on X at BIC Podcast. You can find me at Endamina CP. Mr. Mac, give the folks your X Twitter name.
Yeah, I'm on X at _Paul_Mac, Instagram the Paul Mac 520, and yeah.
Which now Elon Musk is going to allow porn on
titties.
Yeah,
it was already porn on there. The fuck.
Yeah,
but now as long as you label it, as long as you label it properly, you can put it. It's basically Pornhub now.
You can find me at Big Hung John Silver.
Yeah, what's your at name? Give me your at name.
Hung John Silver.
Find Kevin on OnlyFans at Larry Birdchest.
Larry Birdchest, and you can ride my pole.com. Oh. No, you can find me at Kevin C2415, and then you can that's it.
CL Hardwood Nation.
Whatever you type in that says hardwood, type it in. It's going to come back to me some kind of way. The Hardwood Nation.
Don't do it now. No, don't do it now. On Twitter.
I'm never changing the name.
Don't do it now on Twitter. You type in hardwood on Twitter, there's all kinds of shit going to pop up. Literally.
Well, I mean, I got somebody on the way. She on the way now, so she's gonna have some hardwood later. But
no, God Almighty, no. Jesus Christ.
We are celebrating 15 years.
Congratulations.
CJ 1911 on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call
it. Now we're calling it Triple X.
Oh my gosh. Make sure you follow the podcast at BLC Podcast on YouTube, Balls Not Court Podcast at Facebook. You can get the page like there, give us a like, comment there. We're also go to Instagram and TikTok, whatever left remaining in the States. You can go to it there, Balls Not Court Podcast, BLC Podcast. You also get the content at iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher. You got Spotify, which is now not as Anchor anymore. And that's Kevin, who's on the show now. You can say what you got to say. What can you find?
I got it. Wherever you listened to us before, just listen to us there again.
Awesome. So
is that easy? Wait a minute, hold on. See, y'all say y'all were running for 15 years?
15 years, the Hardwood Nation, my man. Yeah.
So y'all started when dial-up was fucking on.
Now, wait now. You older than me now. Come on.
But you started when dial-up was up. It was like,
look, and then Cortez was there with me at the start.
Hold on. It was your first article in hieroglyphics.
My first article was about LeBron James leaving motherfucking Cleveland. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's a
hey, now.
The first time.
Don't age me now. Don't age me. Yeah, the first time. Yeah, don't age me now.
I'm not young myself, man. I'm up there.
Look. I will be 47 next Wednesday.
Happy birthday, Kevin.
Yeah, so I've got to watch. The good part about doing this kind of show is I've got to watch the progression or the compression.
Regression?
Yeah, the regression. That word. See, I'm old, man. I don't know them big fucking words anymore. So that's why that's when I typed up something. I had to have Cortez and CL read it back to me because I didn't know what the fuck I wrote. But anyway, so I've got to see it at its peak and at its shittiest and then at its incline and then back at its decline. So when we all get together and talk about it, most of us have seen basketball and sports in general go from their peaks and valleys and peaks to valleys and peaks and valleys. And the one cool thing about sports is, and this is a perfect example, just looking at who all we got on the panel. Sports transcends everything. Sports transcends race. Sports transitions color. Sports transitions gender. It transitions everybody. And one thing we can either enjoy together, bitch about together, getting fights together now since everybody wants to fucking film everybody at their sporting events. But sports does one thing, and that's bring folks together. And the more we can take sports and try to put it into everyday life, the better off everyday life can be. So enjoy your life like we enjoy these 3 to 4 hours we get off watching a football game or basketball game and stuff. Try to enjoy your life like you enjoy watching those games. Just don't have a heart attack at the end of your day.
That's the goal, baby. That's the goal. Way to close the cab. So I want to thank the panel for showing up. Mr. Paul Mack, usual, thank you. Kevin Carter, CL Anthony, Hardwood Nation, editor-in-chief, and then CJ Hill. Pleasure to have you on this panel. It's been a fun panel. Let's have a hopefully an eventful and fun NBA Finals. And thanks for listening to the Ball.
When we see CJ again, he might have a whole booth or something. He's got a whole little thing going on over there.
Oh, damn it, I forgot something. CL, happy Pride Month, man. Oh, sorry.
What?
Oh, my.
What? That's what we doing? When I just told you what I got coming my way right now? That's what we doing?
Closing it.
Cortez,
Ladies and gentlemen.
that out.
Yeah,
edit that out.
We're done. We're done. All right, guys, take care.